Alright, you impelled bastard. So this has been a request by a shit ton of people for me to do a tier list. I finally decided to sack up and do it. I want to start off with the trash and fix section. So just hear me out, alright? Just hear me out, okay? First, I want to start off with Sonya. The reason why I have Sonya really low is because, one, I think she gets mashed out on, and two, like, I feel like a lot of people have gotten so much better because of the customs. I've actually feel like Sonya is kind of behind a lot of characters because of customs. I just feel like people are using the same variations with Sonya, and it's kind of the same shit. Yes, she has great damage. Yes, she has great mix-ups. But me personally, when I play against Sonya players, I kind of just laugh. Like, to me, it's just like, I know what I'm getting myself into. I'm going to get mixed, this and that, her back one, whatever. And it's just, to me personally, it's just not that scary. Maybe because I counterpick her, I use like someone like Aaron Black or Sonya. Maybe it's just an easy matchup for me. But there's a reason why Sonya is not in a lot of people's top fives. Because, believe it or not, Sonya was once the most busted fucking character in the game. She would carry motherfuckers, and you just don't really see her get played like that. To a lot of people, yes, she is slept on, this and that, but to me, personally, I just don't think she's that great anymore. I think she has lost it, in my opinion. So that's that. I know. I'm already starting off with a rocky start. Next is Shiva. I don't know. I just don't see what people really see in Shiva. She has a really bad reputation in Mortal Kombat 11. To me, probably one of the worst reputations in Mortal Kombat 11 history, surpassing Jade and surpassing Scorpion. When a lot of people depend on just one move, which is her stomp, of course. Now there's so many ways of punishing it. Like, you know, Raptor dropped a video and that, in my opinion, just nerfed the shit out of Shiva. And her buttons, they just don't impress me. She has like, what, a 9-frame mid or 10-frame mid, and just the range on it is pretty pathetic. I don't know. To me, Shiva is just a whatever character. I feel like once you like understand her strings, it's like she's really not that bad. She does have some crazy stuff, and the reason why I have her very low is just, I'm be honest with you guys, I just feel like I just don't really give a shit about this character. That's why I'm putting her all the way down here. Just, I don't give a shit about her, and I just haven't really explored her like that, and I just haven't really played against players that really use Shiva to her best. I feel like she has this crazy dragon stance that I hear people bitch and moan about, but I've yet to see it. I've yet to play a good Shiva player, so that's why I have her down there. It's just, I have not ran into a Shiva player that made me go, holy shit, I need to go to practice mode and use Shiva. That's just me being real. So there's that. I know we're off to a rocky start, but bear with me. Alright, next up we have my boy Reed Dollars Rambo. So here's the thing about Rambo. He's a character I put a shit ton of time into, so I know what I'm talking about. The reason why I have Rambo really low is because he has some serious whiff issues. His back 1 and his back 2 are just, honestly, they're fucking useless. Like, he has an 11-frame mid on paper that's really good. If you stagger it off the first hit, it's -1. The second one, I believe, is -6, and it goes into an overhead. You're completely safe. It's a really good stagger on paper. But what actually happens when you play in a match, it whiffs like fucking crazy. And it's like, man, this is his best stagger, and it whiffs like crazy. Like, if your opponent does a down 2 and you try going to your mid, which you should be able to, because with Rambo, you don't have to play the I poke you, you poke me game. It whiffs completely. So I have to go into, if I want to start getting my stagger into throws, I have to go into his forward one, and that shit's -7. Why go into a move that's like -7 where I can go into a move that's -1? There's pushback. I can force whiffs. I can grab you. I can get my command grab game going. Just shit like that. And his back, yeah, the button I'm talking about is his back 2. It's an 11-frame mid, and it just has some serious whiff issues. Also with his back 1, 18 frames, and it goes into 2 overheads. I think it's solid, but it just crazy whiff issues. It just whiffs. It's really short, and it whiffs. And it's just like 2 buttons, in my opinion, that will make him so much better. They're kind of useless, to be honest. And there's just certain things I don't like. I don't like his snare, how he can't combo off of like certain strings. And the problem I run into with Rambo is you either have to be really lame with him and play full screen to get, that's just kind of one of the ways you have to play Rambo, full screen. Because against certain characters, it's really difficult to get in. Characters like Collector and Spawn, or shit, even a Scarlet, like getting in on with those characters with Rambo is really, really difficult. But once you're up close with Rambo and you start getting into your mojo and knocking your opponent down, he's a fucking problem. But the problem is that his middle game, I guess his footsies, like you want to play like the get in and get out game with Rambo, it's rough. You got to use his movement, which thank God he has really good movement in my opinion. Look, I can go off and on about Rambo, but at the end of the day, I want them to fix his whiffs. Are they gonna give him buffs? I don't know, but I just want them to fix his buttons, to be honest, and I'll be happy with that. Maybe change some things with his snare. I don't know, make his fucking hidden M60 do more chip damage, and I'll be a happy camper. All right, so the next one, don't fucking kill me, guys. We have Molina. All right, I'm gonna keep this one really short. Molina is a really fun character, but the problem with Molina is, one, she lacks in range, and the way people play her is just not worth it. You see a lot of random ass Rolling Thunder RVD balls, whatever that she does, her fucking teleport, and then her zoning, that's, in my opinion, okay. She always has to play this little fucking risk game, which people will get caught by because people fucking hate Molina stands, them fucking Legion of Virgins. She does have a command grab, which is really nice. She just is a character that has a ton of potential. But what do you do with Molina? Do you buff her? Like, what do you do with Molina? She's at a really awkward state, in my opinion. I don't know. To me, she just lacks in a ton of areas. Like her, I don't know. How do I explain it to you? Like the more, like when I play against a Molina player, the longer the sets get, just the easier the matches get. Cause just like, you have to really get outplayed by a Molina player, and just how a lot of people play her, it's like, I guess. Not saying that there isn't any good Molina players out there. There's obvious good Molina players out there, but I just feel that, I don't know. I don't know. To me, Molina, she just has a lot of potential, and just, this ain't it. It's just not it. I'm just being honest. So there's that. Next, we have Shao Khan. So here's the thing about Shao Khan. I think Shao Khan is very slept on. I really do. I think there's a lot of things that with Shao Khan is underexplored, but he just has a really bad reputation. And I feel like they need to remove some things like his flawless gap in his forward 2. What is his forward 3, I believe. Let him die, or let him die by the mix-up, or live by the mix-up. What the fuck's wrong with that, you know? You have all these other characters that have fucking safety off of mix-ups that do nice damage. Why can't Shao Khan? I get it. He does a ton of damage, but there's that. What I want to see with Shao Khan is maybe give him additional strings. He just, how many mids does he really have? Just 3, his back 3, which in my opinion is not that great. His back 2, I like his back 2 a lot. And his forward 2. And his forward 4 as well. His mids, he has what you need to get the job done. But you kind of have to, like, if you want to play him right, you kind of have to be an honest player, and let's be real, there's no honest Shao Kahn players, myself excluded. I play him hella dirty. I don't give a fuck. I stay doing down ones until annihilation. Sue me. But yeah, I definitely want to see Shao Kahn get buffs. Putting him any higher than this is just, I don't know, just doesn't feel right. Shit, I'll tell you this. I think Shao Kahn is better than every character in my bottom. I'll tell you that. That's how slept on I think Shao Kahn is. I think he's better than Molina. I think he's better than Rambo. I think he's better than Shiva. And yeah, I think he's better than Sonya. I know I sound fucking crazy, but I know what I'm talking about. So there's that. I love Shao Kahn, maybe because I'm a huge fan of Shao Khan. I think he's hilarious. How he like gets knocked down and he just wakes up, ha ha ha. Like he's hilarious. Cock knocker with the rocket launcher. Come on. So there's that. I know you guys don't want to fucking listen to what I have to say, but bear with me. Next, we have, the list. I feel these characters are good, but I feel like they got done dirty in a certain way. Baraka. I made a rant about Baraka. I think Baraka is really good. I think he has a good projectile. I think he has ways of getting in. But he just doesn't really have a good pressing mid. Most pressing mid is like 14 frames, and there is mix-ups to him. I just feel like, I don't know, I kind of want to say I feel like Baraka needs buffs, in my opinion. But who to say? A good Baraka player could definitely beat the shit out of a ton of the cast. I'll tell you that. Like, a good Baraka player could beat a lot of these fucking so-called high-tier characters. I'll tell you that. He does great damage. I feel like the variation system is holding my boy back. And I really like Baraka a lot. I think Baraka's a fun fucking character. I think he's very slept on. But I feel like something needs to happen with this character to make him progress forward, if that makes any sense. Same shit with Scorpion. Scorpion is another character, same shit like Baraka. I feel like the variation system did Scorpion fucking dirty. And like the nerfs he got for his Demon Dash, thinking about it now that some time has passed by, fuck NRS for that. Straight up, fuck them for that. They should have never done that. Like, no one's using Demon Dash. The damage is not worth it. I'm like, oh, maybe it does good on break. No, it doesn't. Like, let that shit be a good fucking Punisher. Like, every time somebody does someone, or make that shit 10 frames or 9 frames. I don't fucking know, something. But Demon Dash, they shouldn't have nerfed it like that. And I feel like they need to change the variation system for Scorpion to shine. And I feel like, because so much people have complained about Scorpion, I feel like he's going to get set back. I feel like Scorpion is always going to be that character that just pisses people off, that NRS does not want to be a high tier character, which I think is bullshit. Because watching a high level Scorpion player is pretty fucking amazing. And Scorpion, in my opinion, is one of the funnest fucking characters in the game. His misery fucking blade stance, that shit is so much fun. Literally, that's all I do. Just cancel all that shit. Just mix my opponent's shit up. It's so much fun. But he's getting held back, if you want to be honest. Now, Robocop. All right. I feel like Robocop was really good when there's variations. I don't know where in the tier list he would be. I don't want to fucking think about that shit. The variation system, I'm just super past it. But I feel like right now he definitely is a low tier character. I feel like everybody has gotten so much better but him. But the thing is, the way people play Robocop, I feel like people could actually rush down with Robocop. Like, that could actually be a thing. You could actually rush down with Robocop, get your flamethrower. Like, there's just potential with Robocop, but I don't know. Right now, it just ain't it. He has good crushing blows. I like Robocop. Right now, like, I have given him so much shit in the past, but once custom was out, I actually really enjoyed Robocop. And they did give him the command grab, so now there is mix-ups too. You could definitely rush down with Robocop, but I need to put time into this character to realize his full potential. Those type of people that need to put time into characters to really understand them, so there's that. Now, Rain. Here's the thing about Rain. I don't really use Rain like that, so I really can't say, but I do play against a lot of Rain players, and I know what's good and I know what's bad. Rain is a really weird character, in my opinion. I kind of see a lot of people use the same variations with him. He kind of has some like weird, like, he has like, I believe he has a 10 frame mid that whiffs kind of like Rambo's, which is weird. Like, I don't know, to me Rain, I need to explore him more. But from what I have seen of Rain is just, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not that impressed by Rain. I think I need to explore him more. I don't want to say he's trash or he's good, But for what I played, I've gotten my ass whooped by some Rain players, and I've beaten some Rain players, and I don't know, I just never really felt scared. I don't know, it's weird. I just never really felt scared with Rain's pressure and shit like that. But damn, do I get caught by his fucking short hop every fucking time. It should just be a fucking unblockable. That shit gets me every single time. But Rain is just one of those that I need to explore, but I definitely don't want to put him all the way bottom tier because I don't know shit about him. But yeah, there's that. That's just my opinion on it. Next, we got Katana. You guys been following me. I've actually had Katana in my bottom 5. Now, this is the tier list of people that I think are very good, but are missing that if you know what I mean, that I think Katana's really good. I definitely had to backtrack on what I said about her, and I'll admit to that. I'm pretty sure down the line you're going to see me backtrack on a lot of characters because I'm always using new characters and new variations because I cannot play the same character all the time. I just can't do it. But what I really like about Katana right now, and I really understand her fans. I told myself, oh, she's just a fucking jumping, fucking fan-throwing bitch. Kinda. But I really understand what her fans are used for, especially her low fan. It really stops your opponent in their tracks, and I feel like that's why a lot of players throw fans and they jump right after them. Because it really stops your opponent in their tracks. And you could actually use your fans to get in on your opponent and rush them down. She has very long buttons. And then you could like really manipulate the timing with her fans to get in or make your opponent jump and tear them or enforce a fucking teleport, punish that. There's a lot of mind games to Katana. She has good crushing blows. Long range buttons is just, she doesn't have fast buttons. Sometimes getting your turn back with Katana could be rough and she could get mashed out on because she has very slow buttons and she's very limited to just, you know, poking back, and her backdash is yeah, it's her movement is whatever, but if you play that long range game with Katana, you'll definitely like get benefits from her. Play that long range, clip your opponent, put yourself in a position where you could hit them. They can't hit you. You will be fine. But what does this character need? I don't know. I don't know, but she's definitely missing. I don't know. But again, if I say that if they give her an 11 frame mid, this bitch could be fucking wild. I don't know. I just don't know. But I think I'll have to say that I really enjoy Katana. That's like the only character I have been putting a lot of time into. I think she's really fun. So there's that. Next we have Jade. Jade. I'm gonna keep this one very, very short. I'm not the biggest fan of Jade, but I definitely think I was wrong with where I put Jade in the past. Bottom 5, yeah, believe it or not. She has an 11 frame mid, great down 4, mix-ups. I like her damage. People could talk about her damage. I like her damage. And with the variation system, there's a lot of ways to play in her now. Back then, I had her in my bottom 5 because, you know, everyone, even at a high fucking level, I would see people use that defender piece of shit variation where they just zone in bone, and it is what it is. It's effective. There's a reason why a lot of people use Jade. It's just effective. But for the most part, I definitely think Jade's really good right now. You see a lot of players using her right now. And there's a reason for that. Like, high level or scrub level, doesn't fucking matter. A lot of people are using Jade right now because she has some crazy shit with her little Delilah dance. That's just kind of wild. But yeah, I definitely think Jade right now is in a good place right now. She has definitely gotten better. Does she have bad matchups? Yes, but then she's a bad matchup for a lot of fucking characters. I'll tell you that. A lot of fucking characters, Jade is a bad matchup. But yet, the bitch does have her bad matchups. So there's that. Next, we have Sindel. Sindel. I definitely think Sindel is probably on the top of this list and is maybe going towards the next tier, which is next in line, which I'll get to in a bit. I think Sindel's really fucking good. She has this like long range safety game that could be very annoying if you used effectively. Her crushing blows are cool. She has a throw crushing blow. Her damage output is really fucking good. It's just she doesn't really have a fucking crazy mid, but she has really good movement. So she could play the backdash game and throw buttons at your opponent. She could be completely safe with her 4-4 and be really annoying. And just if you're playing the long range game with Sindel and like just being safe or just picking your shots and punishing your opponent correctly, there's so many ways, not so many ways of playing her. There's decent ways of playing her, but that's that. But what I do feel like she struggles with is like a character like, I would say, Cassie. She will definitely struggle against a character like Cassie, or a character just has good zoning. Honestly, I feel like zoning is Sindel's biggest weakness, and I feel like her projectile that she has it's whatever. It's not really scary. It's just like I can see it from a mile away, I guess. It is low, but I feel like a lot of characters could really pimp Sindel when it comes to the zoning aspect, and that's I feel like that's probably her biggest problem. Spawn as well. Spawn is another character that I probably Sindel and Spawn are like right there, ready to go to the next in line list. Spawn is so fucking wild right now, and I definitely think he's underexplored right now. I feel like not enough people are talking about him. I feel like there needs to be more Spawn videos out right now, because this motherfucker has a move that he could fucking cash out in the last round and do some really nice fucking damage and just cash the fuck out. Not only that, but like, if you really watch Spawn players, they get it. A lot of Spawn players, they all play very similar, and that's not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing, what I'm just saying right now. This backdash, making you walk into his button game that he plays, shit, playing against that, against a player that's really good that does that, damn, you gotta respect that shit. It's not frustrating. Well, to some people, to me it's not. But man, when people play that game where you're just walking into fucking Spawn's like strings, man, you cannot be mad at that. You're just whiffing all over the place. I whiffed so many times against Spawn players because they're just really fucking good. Good staggers, great, like, good fucking damage. Let's just talk about his damage. Really good damage. Has a restand that gives him good. Spawn's really good. That's all I have to say. I think Spawn is really, really good. What is he missing? Man, that's a great fucking question. I might have to make a video about that. I'll say that. Next we have Terminator. Very similar to Spawn and Sindel. Is just with Terminator. Thing about Terminator is that he's playing a completely different game. Now, if you can get your opponent to accept the fact that Terminator's playing a different game, then you're going to get fucking washed. But with Terminator, where he's laxing is, of course, getting in. All his buttons, they're so weird. Like, they all are damn near the same range, but they all come out in different... I don't know. It's weird. It doesn't really have something that, like, really is, like, long to get in. But you got to be... Like, if you want to use Terminator right, you got to be patient. And then once you just let your fucking hands go with fucking Terminator, it's a wrap for your opponent. They have to pray and guess, because his mix-up games is fucking crazy. I like his damage. He's a fun fucking character. That's a definitely big bonus for me. I definitely think Terminator is really good. He has a good fucking mid. Does he have an 11 frame mid? I want to say he has an 11 frame mid, which is really nice. When he throws that knee, I want to say, I don't want to lie, but I definitely think he has 11 frame mid or 10, one of the two. And then he has an overhead with 18 frames, something like that. A low starter. We're playing Mortal Kombat X with Terminator. And if you could play it patient and get in on your opponent, which he has a move that fucking runs at your opponent, you could either do a mid or a grab. He could be very, very terrifying. But again, he does get zoned out. But yet again, he has a shotgun that's like a fucking Call of Duty patch 1 shotgun, or like no patch at all fucking shotgun that reaches to Tokyo and shit. Like, Terminator's really good. What is he missing? Again, might have to make a video on that. Definitely have to think about that one. Next, we have Nightwolf. Nightwolf, the thing about Nightwolf is that he's a very honest character. You cannot fuck around with Nightwolf. You have to be an honest player with Nightwolf to make him work. I do think he's a difficult character. I don't think you could use him like Sub-Zero and just spam his fucking overhead. You just can't. He's just probably top 3 most honest characters that you can't be dirty with him. You have to pick your shit with him. Good down 3. His fucking high, like his standing 1 fucking stagger mind game is ridiculous. His throw game, he has throw loops. Probably the best throw forward grab in the entire fucking game. Difficult to anti-air. I think Nightwolf is really good, but I definitely think he needs buffs. Definitely. I don't feel right putting him in the category of like needs help and still good. I feel like he's above that. Definitely think he's above that, but I definitely think Nightwolf is really, really good. And I do think he needs buffs. But again, I could definitely see a Nightwolf player beating characters that are in next in line and nerf ASAP tier list that I had going. I could definitely see it because, you know, Nightwolf players, and they're no fucking jokes. Next is probably the most trash. I'm joking. Next is Scarlet. So all you guys are like, oh, why you have Scarlet so fucking high? Like, what the hell? Right, so check this out. Here's my thing with Scarlet right now. I'm not really even using Scarlet like that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I only make videos about her because she's just a fun character to the lab. I don't really use Scarlet like that. Like, if, you know, a lot of subs, if you could ask them, and if you're a sub, you can let them know, I rarely use Scarlet anymore. Yes, she is my main, but to me, people gonna need to realize this is a video game. And it's like, I bought this shit launched $60. I want to use the whole cast. I don't want to be one of those people that just uses one character because I get the most wins with. No. The reason why Scarlet right now, in my opinion, is really good is because they honestly fix her fucking pokes. They fix her pokes, and it, in my opinion, has made her way fucking better. You could do down ones and go into plus frames. Not only that, but like you could do. Jesus Christ, I could just talk about this bitch all day. That's why I don't really want to talk about Scarlet. But straight up, I think this patch has made her so much fucking better. So much better. Definitely. Back then with Scarlet, you had to pick, oh, do I want damage? Pick her third variation. Do I want to oppress my opponent and fucking annoy the shit out of him? Full screen. Pick the blood drive variation. Oh, do I want to be a little teleporting little bitch and use parries? Pick heart pierce. Now you can just mix those 3 together however the fuck you want. My biggest thing with Scarlet is just me. I don't really want to use Scarlet any other ways than the variation I'm using, which is Retribution on Red Rain and her parry. I don't give a shit about her other variations. I'm just be honest with you. That's the only variation I want to use with Scarlet, and that's why I'm not using her anymore. Because I just, back then, I would hop around variations and stuff. Now, I don't want to use Scarlet any other way, to be honest. I don't want to go back to using Blood Drive because I'll just turn into a fucking sweat. Every time I pick Blood Drive, I would turn into a fucking sweat. I just want to use Retribution, Red Rain, and the parry. That's it. And that shit has gotten very boring. Not saying it's bad. That, in my opinion, that is her best variation. Probably biased because I really enjoy using that variation. But Scarlet in the corner is broken. 1. 2, there's ways around. Actually, I don't want to give. Anyways, I think she's really good. You guys have to take my word for it. My line of work in my channel fucking speaks for itself. On my Scarlet videos, just put Exithunt Scarlet, and you'll fucking understand why Scarlet is really fucking good. So there's that. Next we have Raiden. Alright, dude, here's the thing. At some point, believe it or not, I had Raiden in my top 5. I'm not joking. I can't make this shit up. I actually did. Let me explain to you why I think Raiden's really good. The reason why I think Raiden is really good is because he has fast mids for different situations. He has his back 1, is a complete fucking guessing game. Am I gonna grab you? Am I gonna go into something? You could have that little staff pull fucking move where he throws a fucking stripping pole on the ground and leaves him completely safe. Or you can go into a grab. You can play that you want to fucking put your nuts on the line. Go ahead. He has his forward 3, I believe, that goes into an overhead now. That shit was not an overhead before. Now it is. If you land that shit, you could mix the shit out of your opponent. Good fucking grab game. Has good crushing blows. A Punisher crushing blow, a grab crushing blow, and his little fucking little shit. I don't know his other ones, but I believe he does have more. That being said, I think he has good range. It just depends how you want to play him. Honestly, to be honest, I'm still, like, if I'm going to use Raiden, I'm going to still use his Raiden variation. I think it's still really good. He's one of the few characters that variation makes a lot of sense. Kind of like with Baraka's Berserker variation. I like Raiden. I really do. I think he's really good. I think he's very slept on. And I play against really good, a really good Raiden player. TGO Gaming, that's my guy. If you're listening, what's poppin'? Anyways, yeah. And shit, I shit the bed a lot of times with Raiden. Like, he's one of those characters that just gets the best out of me. Don't get me started with his teleport bullshit. Storm Cell. I still think Storm Cell is shit, but this is coming from a guy who gets caught by it all the fucking time. I like Raiden. That's all I have to say. Fox. That's funny. Frost. Let me talk to you guys about Frost. In my opinion, Frost is really, like, she's at her best state right now. There's a lot of ways of playing her. Me, I've only been using that variation that is kind of wild, where she could freeze you and throw her little roly-poly ball on the ground. She plays Mortal Kombat 11 really good. She has an 11 frame mid. She has long range buttons. She could play fucking neutral really good. Her stagger game could be very annoying. She could put herself in a position where she's like never has to block. I think Frost is really good in my opinion. That being said, next we have on the list is Devorah. Devorah, man, I need to see more Devorah players. Like more Devorah players. Her setups are ridiculous. She has this fucking game where she can knock you down on the ground, make you waste your resources, completely miss, and just start opening your ass up. Good damage. Good crushing blows. A little bug one. She could grab you, do a little 30, 40 fucking %. Devorah players, y'all need to put y'all fucking character on the map. This is coming from a guy that used to main this bitch in X. I don't like the way she's played right now. I might pick her up. That's a character I'm looking at right now. Definitely Devorah. I'm definitely looking at how she is played. Impossible to anti-tier. Devorah's really good. Definitely. I need to explore her. But the reason why I have her so high is because, Jesus Christ, these Devorah players just whoop my ass all the time. And I think she's really good. I know her kit, but it's like, man, she could be really, really oppressing. Difficult player. A difficult character to learn. But if you're a good player, definitely make it work. Now we have Kung Lao with the dick down. So I'm going to actually categorize Kung Lao and Johnny Cage. Okay. Here's the thing about these two characters. Well, first with Kung Lao, I really like Kung Lao right now. I definitely do. I really enjoy playing him. There's so many ways of playing him. His buzzsaw variation is really, really good. I need to see more Kung Lao. I definitely do. I still see a lot of people use his Lotus Fist variation with a little spinning shit. But for the most part, I think buzzsaw is actually a really, really good variation I actually use when I use Kung Lao is like his little Dragon Ball Z stance, and the move I call the Taco Bell, where he throws those two hats and it gives him complete safety in certain strings. You know, that's just the way I like to play Unbreakable Damage and shit like that. But Kung Lao, he just kind of breaks the game in a way with his down 3. Like, his fucking down 3 just kind of breaks the game and just doesn't fall. Dude, that's the thing about Kung Lao that people need to just admit. He does not play by the rules. He sets his own lane. Like his 10 frame mid is probably the most unreactable mid in the fucking game. No one is reacting. That shit says -5. That shit is +5. Suck my dick. That fucking mid is +5. I don't give a shit what anyone says. NRS are fucking lying to you. That his forward 1, I believe it says forward 1, his 10 frame mid, that shit's +5. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It's really fucking good. I think Kung Lao is really good. He has a good armor breaking move, good crushing blows. Man, the reason why I have him down here is because he's missing something to be in the next in line. But definitely, Kung Lao could definitely beat the shit out of Joker. Kung Lao could definitely beat the shit out of Liu Kang. He could definitely beat the shit out of Jackie. I definitely think he could beat the shit out of Garrus. Cetrion, that's a little rough one. But I think Kung Lao could beat the shit out of a lot of the cast, if you want me to be honest. Does he have bad matchups? Yes. But in those bad matchups, like I said, he's like Ric Flair. He does not play by the rules, and he will get you. He'll get you. So that's that. Johnny Cage. Why do I have Johnny so low? I think that's what a lot of people are thinking. The reason why I have Johnny so low is because his nerfs were really unnecessary. And this is coming from a guy that fucking despised Johnny. He did not deserve to get nerfed like that. Nah, dude. Like, Johnny has this game where very similar to Collector, very similar to Spawn. These characters have long buttons where he'll do a move, a lot of pushback, and he'll step back. You think it's your turn, and he'll punish you. That was his mind game. That's what Johnny players would do. And he would have, I believe, off his auto shimmy, he would be like +6 or something like that. That shit's gone. Like, he doesn't have plus frames anymore. Those long buttons and his plus frames, it was just like, man, you just never really feel like it's gonna be your damn turn with Johnny. With the customs, I do think it definitely helped Johnny with these customs. Just how everyone has been improving. I definitely think Johnny has improved because of the customs. But, man, those nerfs, I think that hurt Johnny, in my opinion. Again, he could definitely beat the shit out of a lot of the cast, and he is a problem for a lot of the cast. It's just now, he's not as scary as he used to be, which really fucking sucks. I don't think he deserved it, and this is coming from a guy that did not like Johnny. I did not like the way Johnny was played in this game. But he is a character that has my interest. I have been looking into him and stuff like that. But yeah, he's definitely, I don't know. I don't know. What are they gonna do with him? Are they gonna buff him? Like, oh, we nerfed this guy. Now we're gonna, like, what are they gonna do? Like, they butchered him. They really did. Like, they're not gonna buff Johnny anytime soon. So, like, what the fuck are they gonna do? What are they gonna do with Johnny? Like, you guys just nerfed the shit out of him. So what are we gonna do? So there's that. So now this is my next in line, which I definitely feel like these characters at some point could definitely be top 5, but I just don't feel like the developers want them to be in the top 5. I feel like the developers want them to each have this cult following of these. This isn't just me being real. These characters at some point either were in the top 5 or for some reason are getting held back, or they're just underrated as fuck. Noob Saibot is so fucking good right now. The reason why Noob Saibot's really good right now, one, because of the variations. He has the touch of death. Not only that, but it's just so much easier to gel off his pokes. That his biggest problem was he doesn't really have an oppressing mid. He has a 9-frame mid, which is really nice. You cannot wake up buttons against. And his back 3, which does have good range, but if it whiffs, hallelujah, hollow back, you're going to get fucking killed. That being said, I definitely think that he is like definitely a buff or 2 away from definitely being top 5. I don't know what, but Noob Saibot's really fucking good right now. I'm definitely going to make a video on him. He's a character that damn near once in a while I'll make a video on him, and people really seem to like them because I feel like a lot of people learn when I just like break down what makes this character really good. And you definitely see a lot of more Noob Saibot players now. It's obvious. But yeah, I definitely think Noob Saibot right now is a fucking problem. Next, we have Kodokan. Kodokan players, I've always said this, and I always will. Every time I bring up Kodokan, they're just so good. Kodokan players are just so fucking good. Especially right now with the customs. He's ridiculous. His damage. He plays Mortal Kombat 11 so good. Bends the rules. Definitely bends the rules. Because it just, on paper, he just doesn't really seem like a scary character. But once you play against a Kodokan player, he is fucking terrifying. I just don't feel like I really need to explain this shit, why Kodokan is really good. I feel like I really don't. But I definitely want to see more Kodokan players. I definitely feel like the reason why like he's not there is because I feel like I could definitely see a top 8 player, I don't know, not a top 8 player, but like a really high level player. Like if they really put serious time to Kodokan, I feel like Kodokan could definitely take players far if they put the time into it. So that's my little thing on Kodokan. Now, Kano and Sub-Zero are in a very similar place because I feel like these two characters. By the way, I had Sub-Zero in my bottom 5 before. When the variations was a thing, I've always had Sub-Zero in my bottom 5. Let me explain to you why. My biggest problem with Sub-Zero, which is very similar to Scarlet, I always hate comparing it, but this comparison makes a lot of sense. If you, for example, Sub-Zero, if you want to play like a defensive little bitch, you'll pick his creeping ice variation where you put the little fucking ice at the bottom, and he has that one move that'll make him be safe. You have that. If you want to be a little zone and bony little bitch, you could do that variation where it does like the little picos at you. I call it the pico de gallo, where he like throws a little picks at you. He has that jumping axe move, and he throws that useless ass 40 fucking frame mid at you, whatever. And you play like little shit with his slide, and then you have that variation, that deep freeze move, where like he could combo it from his overhead, from his little ice ball, and amplify that shit, and like go through projectiles, and that little Brian Urlacher tackle move. And I hated that shit. And Scarlet was just like that. It's like, man, I have to pick one. Fuck you. Now you don't. This motherfucker has the touch of death. This dude touches you, you're fucking dead. And definitely right now, Sub-Zero, people need to realize, one of the best players I've ever played against, I'm not gonna say who he is. He's from where I'm from. He's from Northern Cali. I'm not gonna say what his name is, but he was so good with Sub-Zero. He made me realize what makes Sub-Zero really good. It's not his mix-ups. It's his fucking movement and his fucking mind games. He's one of those characters that just makes you scared. This dude would not throw his fucking overhead, and I'm just like having PTSD, like, bruh, just throw the fucking overhead. Just catch me already. And he would just use his movement so fucking good. Stagger really, really good. Punishing me for fucking throwing pokes. Making me realize, man, Sub-Zero is more than just a brain-dead mix-up character. Especially now, I'm like, dude, I do not want to play this guy Sub-Zero now. I have not played him in a while, but fuck. Sub-Zero is just really good. He has really good movement. There's many ways of playing him. But just when you just mix his like full screen game with his up close mix-ups and his footsies, he's a very complete character right now. He's really fucking good, if you ask me. So that's why he made that huge fucking jump. Next, we have Kano. Alright, at this point, I'm just going to start speeding it up. It's pretty obvious. Kano right now is just a fucking rush-down maniac. He's so good right now. Back then, Kano was just one of those characters that it was just like, you're going to lose to a Kano player every now and then, but it's just like, man, this character is so fucking trash. Why does he have this little cult following? And they slowly but surely started giving him buffs, and they gave him a 13 frame mid, and I'm like, holy fuck. And it's much easier to gel off of his fucking down one. Dude, his down one is +3. I don't care what anyone says. That shit's +3. It comes out so fucking fast, like. And his grab, dude, his grab is like 8 frames. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That shit's so fast. But Kano right now is ridiculous. There's so much cool shit you can do with Kano. Like with his fucking, I don't want to get to it. But Kano right now, he's just a rush down maniac. He's a fucking maniac. Next, we have Collector, which is actually a character I've been playing a ton against. Let me explain to you why Collector's here. He's in the same category as Fujin, because I definitely think he is the dark horse of Mortal Kombat 11. He is definitely one of the most underrated characters in Mortal Kombat 11. Here's the problem with Collector. My problem with Collector. Who the fuck wants to learn how to be Collector? I'm sorry. Like, nobody wants to learn how to be Collector. He's like Nightwolf and Scarlet. Who the fuck wants to learn how to beat those characters? No one does. Like no one. But here's the thing. If you really break down Collector, if you really break him down, he is fucking ridiculous. I'm making a Collector guide soon, so I don't want to give too much shit away. He kind of has everything. He has range. He has moves that he could hit you, but you can't hit him. He has fast buttons. You know, like that Aaron Black dropkick? He has a move like that, similar range, comes out in 22 frames. He has a command. He has a mind game where he could go into a down one into a command grab, or a down one into a 9-frame mid special move, if I didn't fuck that up. And come on. And he has mix-ups. He has a stagger that's like -1 and impossible. Come on. I don't want to get too into it, but definitely Collector is probably the most underrated character in the game. A lot of people say, oh, Shang, and a lot of people say Noob Saibot. We know this shit. And Cabal, we know this shit. People know that these characters are very slept on. But the character that is very slept on and people are not really talking about at all, because he just doesn't really seem like an interesting character, is Collector. He's so fucking good. So that's just my opinion on him. Fujin, very, very similar to Collector. The thing about Fujin is just not enough people are playing him. But what we do see people use Fujin, it's very special. It is very, very special. Very similar to Nightwolf. A very honest character. You can't bullshit around with him. His movement is fucking ridiculous. Good damage. Very, very good damage. Tons of mind games. Like, if you fucking play fighting games, if you know how to play fighting games and have fighting game fundamentals, Fujin, and like, it's so fun watching Fujin get played. He's just so good. Like, it's just like, man, this is fighting games right here. Like, when you watch Fujin, like, you tell this is what fighting games is all about. Just the way people play him. He plays the game so well, honestly. He really does. I can go on and on about Fujin. I definitely am very long overdue of a Fujin guide. But I definitely think him and Collector are probably the most slept on characters in the game. Definitely. Next we have Cabal. Cabal is very obvious. He's obvious, dude. He's super obvious. He has mids for days. I don't honestly, I don't think I need to explain why Cabal is really good. It's just weird not seeing like Cabal get love like a Liu Kane, or, you know, like a Jackie. I definitely feel like he should be up there. Definitely. He has mix-ups that is completely safe. Brain dead crushing blows. He's like Frankenstein. It's like he just fucks everything up, dude. Like, there's times where it's like you get hit by a crushing blow and a crushing blow by Cabal, and he has a throw crushing blow too. And then Cabal players will still complain that, oh, it's not that great, whatever. And his damage is too good, in my opinion. Like, he should be doing Shang damage, in my opinion. Like, it's just me being real. Like, if you have so much fucking safety off of a lot of shit you do, you should be doing damage like Shang. Like, it only makes sense. But he does struggle against zoners. I will say that. He definitely does struggle, but he does have the tools to get in. Definitely does. Yeah, Cabal's really good, in my opinion. That's just me being me. I'm just shocked that people don't use him like that. Next, we have Jax. I'm just be honest. His rushdown game is probably one of the best in the game. Has good movement, really good mids. His damage is really good. Him in the corner is just busted. He's like a fucking, and not only that, but like, let's just be real, he's just one of the best mashers in the game. Good mix-ups. I can go on and on. He's one of those characters I hate playing against. I fucking hate playing against Jax players. Like, I just feel robbed. He just robs you. That's what he does. He's fucking Omar Little. That's who he is. I'm fucking Marlo. I'm just gonna get robbed by this motherfucker. He's really good. Yeah, honestly, that's all I have to say. He definitely gets the best out of me. I can go on and on, but like I'm pretty sure everyone knows why Jax is really good. Next, these three characters, the reason I put them all three next to each other, because these are all characters at some point I mained, or I still main Erron Black, but I kind of dropped Cassie and I use Shang every now and then. The reason why I have Cassie right here, she could definitely be it. She did get some nerfs, which is disappointing, but I definitely like the way she's played, and I don't know why people are not picking up Cassie like that. I don't understand why. It's just she plays the game so well. Her footsies are really good. She has an anti-air that's crazy. Her variations have definitely made her so much better. She just plays Mortal Kombat 11 perfectly. She really does. I'm confused. That's why I made a video, because I'm generally confused why I don't run into Cassie players like that. And when I do, it's like really exciting. It's like, fuck yeah, a Cassie player. I used to use Cassie. I actually have the most win rates with Cassie. It's just, to me, I do think she's a difficult character to play. But it's just like she plays the game so well that the game becomes so much easier, using a character like Cassie. I don't know, man. I definitely don't understand it. Why? I can go on, and her strike throw game is ridiculous. Her fucking mid is crazy. Her nine frame mid is insane. I can go on and on. Cassie is so fucking good. I just don't understand why people don't use her like that. I really don't. It really sucks. Next we have Shang. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Shang, I hate how people treat Shang. Think about this. Let's think about this. He gets nerfed every patch, yet I still think he'll dog walk damn near the entire cast. He could definitely be a problem for a lot of the characters on top 5. I think he could definitely get the best out of a lot of characters in the top 5, in my opinion. I don't know. I made a video on Shang. Why? I don't want to get too into it. This could be a long fucking video. Fuck me. I hate making long videos. Your boy's trying to go to sleep, so Shang is really fucking good. Take my word for it. Next, we have Erron Black. Let me explain to you guys why I have Erron Black here. I'm not saying, first of all, in this list, it's no order. I'm not trying to be like, oh, my main is this and that. No. Let's not get it fucked up. Erron Black has benefited the most out of customs out of any fucking character in the game. That's a fact. There is so many ways of using Erron Black. I don't even have a definitive variation for Erron Black, because there's too many ways of using Erron Black, and that's a good thing. That is definitely a good thing. For example, like with Cassie, I just have one variation. I don't want to use any other variation. With Scarlet, I just have one variation. I don't want to use any other variation. With Erron Black, there's too many variations that I personally think are good. There's too many combinations. Like, fuck me, Jesus Christ. Man, I could literally go on for a fucking hour talking about why Erron Black is really good. This is right here probably, again, probably my best character. Definitely my best character. I put a ton of time into Erron Black. I've been trying to use him a little bit more. I've been definitely using other characters, but from the customs, from my experience with his customs, there's so many ways of using Erron Black, and I think they're all really good. He has a command grab at the 17%. He has the low gunshot, the low peacemaker, whatever the fuck it's called. That would really throw a lot of people off. Like doing his back 2 into the peacemaker will catch everyone. Let's be real. Everyone has been caught by this. Man, I can go on and on. I could literally start doing down 3s into low peacemaker, down 3s into command grabs. His stagger game is wild. He could freaking do... The bastard can kind of do it all. Good damage as well. I don't want to go off and on, but that's that. Next, we have the top 5. I'm just gonna go briefly why. Y'all always hear people talk about this shit. Joker has a ridiculous. I'm gonna make a video on Joker, so I don't want to give too much shit away of what makes Joker really good. I'll just leave it as that. Liu Kane, do I really have to explain it? Honestly, if I really want to start competing again and I just want the easy way, I would pick Liu Kane, low fireball, command grab, nunchuck stance, or maybe his little buff to give him better damage. Why torture myself and put work with other characters? He carries so many fucking players, it's not even funny. And this is coming from a guy that really likes Liu Kane. I really like Liu Kane, but let's just be fucking real. He carries. Getting carried by a character, that shit's real. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It's fucking real. This is coming from a guy that does not complain. I never fucking... Every time I play against someone, I never, ever complain. But I'm just calling it like I see it. This is one of those characters. And this is coming from a guy, yes, that uses Aaron Black. Aaron Black carries players. Cabal carries players. There's certain characters that carry players, but not like Liu Kane. Liu Kane is in a different fucking, like... Liu Kane is really... I like Liu Kane. He's awesome, but I don't feel like I need to explain why he's here. Jackie, I feel like she's going to get fucking butchered. I definitely feel like they're going to fuck Jackie over in the next patch. She could do cancels that don't require any bars, like her first round KO variation. She doesn't need to, like, to cancel off her 9-frame mid. She, like, which is super easy. Just press L2. Like, shit, even make it a difficult thing to fucking do. You go into a 9-frame mid and then press what, L2, or if people that have PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, whatever, doesn't require any bars at all. You could do that shit all fucking day in strike throw game. All her fucking staggers, she has a 9-frame mid, an 11-frame mid, a 12-frame mid, and all of them are like -2, -1, -3. Ridiculous staggers. Don't get me started with her little upgrade bullshit. I think I explained it all. Why she's great. Her damage output. Do I really need to talk about her damage output? That's that. Garrus, I do think Garrus is walking a very thin line right now of being in the next in line and the top 5. Very, very thin line. You don't see Garrus players anymore because they nerfed the shit out of them. But the high level main fucking Garrus players, they still make him work. And when they make him work, they make him fucking work. And he's still that fucking character. But there's a reason why people don't use him anymore. He's just, like, I actually went on practice mode the other day. And I tried to see what they changed of Garrus, because I don't really play against Garrus players like that. Barely do. There's only one that I played against, and he whoops my ass all the time. And I just don't really feel threatened anymore. I really don't feel threatened by this character anymore. From what I've seen from his frame data, I just don't really feel that scared like how I used to anymore. Yet he could still not play neutral and just throw sand trap, throw loop you, and have the touch of death. Still has that, but in my opinion, he's definitely the weakest link out of the top 5 that I have right here, which is everyone's top 5. Let's just be real. And then, in my opinion, the best character is Cetrion. This woman needs to get deleted from the game, because scrubs could pick her up. Even though she's a really difficult character, they could just zone and bone you all fucking day, and with her pushback and shit. But right now, the variation system is really... She's a character that made me realize how fucking stupid this variation system is. She can have a teleport, a cancel, and deadly wins. In my opinion, she is the best Mortal Kombat character right now, surpassing the whole cast. I think she beats the shit out of the whole cast. She's just really good. She's so fucking good. Her range, she could rush you if she wants to. She could be that fucking, like, she could have like a spawn Scarlet, God damn it, who else? Collector game where she could like hit you can't hit her. She could zone and bone you. If she wants to rush you down, she has a 10 frame low, right, or something like that. She's really fucking good. I can go on and on, but in my opinion, she's the best character in the game. So that is my tier list. Hopefully you motherfuckers enjoyed. Yeah, I need to get myself some fucking sleep. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments. We could chop it up. Even though the comment section has been really weird, start deleting comments and shit. I can't reply. It's weird. But that being said, hopefully you bastards enjoyed. Hallelujah, holla back. Check you bastards later. Deuces.